All right, folks, it's about to get real for a minute, but I think it's really important. And if you are watching this on Sunday, the day that it's released, or any other day after that for that matter, you will be able to get the full effect of how to work through this, because this question is important and it's one that a lot of us have heard. And on many cases, if you're like me, you've probably asked a question like this before. But how many of us have started off being really upset at something that just happened and said, dang, man, that's not fair? How in the world is that just? And why would God allow something like this to happen? Better yet, how about this? How is it that somebody can live a righteous life? And when I say a righteous life, look, I know that no one is perfect. Everybody has broken the law of God. The Bible says there's not one righteous, no, not one. And we were born in a condition of complete and total depravity. I get that. But there are lots of people who have lived a life of obedience to God and have done really good things almost from the very beginning of their lives. And yet, there are people who have lived horrible, terrible, evil, wicked lives for most of their life, and they end up right before they die making a legitimate commitment to Christ. And how is it that it's fair that a guy can actually make a commitment to Christ after living a long and terrible life and still go to heaven? And somebody who's lived their whole life righteously under persecution, difficulty, hardship, doing the right thing at every turn, which is never easy, how can that guy actually kind of be on the same level? Like, it doesn't make sense, does it? Well, there's a lot of things that need to be answered with a question like that, because the premise, of course, is a little different. And it deals with the justice of God, and it deals with the righteousness of God, and it deals with the perfection of God. Because here's the deal. Many of us do not understand the full implications of what God's justice is, because God's justice is a justice that's based on perfection. It's based upon his word, which we are not capable of keeping perfectly, and it's based on a whole bunch of things that we are incapable of actually possessing. Like, for example, we do not maintain the anticipatory capacity that God has to be able to determine the effects in the future of a particular construct or anything else that we choose to follow along. God does, which is why he gives us commands to do certain things. And that's a very important detail to bring up. But here's the other thing. When it's all said and done, many of us will still say it's not fair. Like, literally, this is not fair. It shouldn't be this way. Is it? If you really think about it and you take it to an honest assessment with an evaluation, is it? Look, folks, I think the answer to that question might actually blow your mind when we sit down and go over the first 16 verses of Matthew chapter 20. If you are watching this on Sunday, I'll connect the live stream to this. If you're watching on YouTube, for Instagram, I'll just put it in the description. You guys will have it. You are going to be blessed with the outcome of all of this. I can tell you right now that when you begin to examine the full implications of the questions being imposed, and how God chooses to answer them, your life will never be the same. Happy Sunday, guys. And if it's not Sunday, happy Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. God bless you guys.